Here tonight, July 26, 1996, 4 divisions running the IMCA Modifieds, Modified Street, Hobbies, and the Mini Stocks. In pit side right now, cars are out on the track, hot lap session, and that division right now is the Mini Stocks. In the stables right now, being panned back, see the white number 55 out of the Bakersfield stables. Lee Jensen doing a little adjustment on the air pressure, if you will. We'll come back here, see if we can catch a word with Big Lee. Lee, how you doing, my man?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. Looking real good last week up in Bakersfield. Qualified out of that heat race. Spanking some booty in the main, then what happened?
Oh, the track went away from us and just didn't have it adjusted just right. Cargill Racing, they're helping me a ton, and I got to thank everything that's happened so far is thanks to them, and they're just really helping me a bunch, trying to make some improvements.
Well, I tell you, you could definitely see it in your race last week in Bakersfield, a definite improvement, not only on the car setup, but your driving style. You seem to be just a whole lot different. They're working on the car and your mind, sounds like.
Yeah, they're helping me a bunch. Just being around them, I think it rubs off a little bit.
Now, you guys kind of had a little moniker about you guys when you joined forces, a little team name went from Cargill Racing, and what'd you guys end up with?
Well, we thought we'd be Booze and Choose.
Booze and Choose?
And Shoes.
And do you want to elaborate on how those two come together as what Booze and Choose means?
Well, because when we decided that we would be together as a team, it had to be part of what I done and part of what they do. So I'm a horseshoer, and they drink a little bit, so.
So you had a little trouble on the way up here. You couldn't horseshoe your Jimmy. Head gasket popped, is that what it was?
I believe so.
You know, kind of a racer's vendetta here. You go out on the road, not only keep care of your car carrier, but your race car, and no spare parts for the truck.
You said it exactly.
Well, good fortune for you tonight that it was your car carrier. You got the car here. Looking good. Have you had an opportunity to go hot lap yet?
No, all I've done is mud pack.
Well, I'll tell you what, California Raceway Video, wish you the best. Go out and have some fun, bud. Good luck to you. Lee Jensen.
Thank you very much.
The number 55 car, sponsored by King's Muffler, Race Prep, Koyama Buckhorn, Vicky Canty Backhoe, Hopkins Racing, Lee Jensen Horseshoeing. Followed by the number 6 car, Dana Ritchie. Then you find the number 5 car, John Introcaso. And the 5T, Joe Humphreys. Edie, your leader, stretching it out another car length over Dana Ritchie.
How's the mic sound?
Joe Humphreys taking a look under Joe Introcaso. Oh, Introcaso up high out of turn 4, up close to the crash wall. And Edie sparks the main chute wall, getting real close as that right rear bumper grabs a little cement. Edie running that second groove, opens the door, and up comes Dana Ritchie, closes 2 car lengths. Ritchie now approaching the rear bumper of Edie as Edie loose off of turn 4. Ritchie has caught him, reeled him in now. Just 3 or 4 feet separate the two. Running third, Joe, look out, right rear breaks off John Introcaso. Turn 2, look out, mama. And yellow on the track. Jack, as the tire goes further than Introcaso as he breaks a wheel off. at the apex of 1 and 2. Smog, Tony's Distributing and Thule Auto Dismantling. Up second is Joe Humphreys in the 5T car. You're a day younger. Yeah, don't go a day younger. You get a day older. And he's on the front row outside here tonight. Lights out. Gary Halford sets the pace into turn 3. Your starter, Tom Cole, looks him over. We go green. Gary Halford first into turn 1. Schaefer runs the high side. Smotherman hugging in for second, and Clower fourth. Clower looks inside of Schaefer, a fight for third. Schaefer pops up that upper groove. Clower hugs down low and makes the transition. Halford gets sideways at the apex of 1 and 3 and 4. And Clower looks into turn 1 on the top of Jeff Smotherman. Clower up into marbles, opens the door. Schaefer taking a look at him. Schaefer making contact with the left rear quarter panel of Clower. Smotherman and Clower now have closed ground on Halford's car. Smotherman makes a big insert into turn 3. Halford opens the door, Smotherman underneath, side by side down the main chute. Clower's going to make it 3 abreast into turn 1. Look out, mama. Oh, Clower up high in the marbles. And Gary Halford able to hold that hard charger Smotherman one more time. All 4 cars real closely matched here. Nose to tail, a lot of contact. Clower and Schaefer picking up that inside berm. Alfred Spinkin Booty picks up the white flag. One more time to go. And your winner, Gary Halford. Jeff Smotherman second, Lloyd Clower, and then you pick up Rick Schaefer. That's how they ended up in the top 4. And that's your winner right there, the number 60, Gary Halford, looking real good here tonight, able to hold these guys off, takes round 2 qualifier. Driver Shelly Soto sits in the back there. Watch these guys take their first lap around. We're looking for the green out of 4. We go green. And they get straightened up at Gerald Livick up high into turn 1. Gets a little RPM off the corner. Your leader, Andy Hill. Brian Daly running third. Gerald Livick third, rather. Daly second, working on Andy Hill's backside. And here comes Dudley Reed. Reed trying to get underneath the 57 car of Danny Land and makes that transition. Also in the lineup, the number 2 of Debbie Hill. Volkswagen charging up Pinto into turn 3. Look out, Brian Daly getting sideways down the main chute. And Debbie Hill almost got underneath the 57 of Danny Land. Your leader's off turn 4. Brian Daly, and we go on the yellow. On the yellow we go. Real strong here. Running third, the 21C of Gerald Livick. Fourth now, coming all the way from the back, the number 98 of Dudley Reed. Then you pick up Danny Land, then the lady driver in the number 2, Debbie Hill, and then Shelly Soto. We go green. Here comes the Volkswagen on the back bumper. Look out, spin out down the main chute. Dudley Reed does a 180. And we go yellow with Dudley Reed stranded right there at the entrance into turn 1. With the lights out. And we go back on the green. So your leader still Andy Hill. Gerald Livick now up to second. Dudley Reed slides to fourth as Debbie Hill in the number 2 running third. And we go yellow once again in the back chute. The 57 car, Danny Land. Right front tire off of the racing surface. Gerald Livick right on the backside of Andy Hill, and here comes Dudley Reed. Look out, Dudley up high in the close, but no cigar, no contact. He gathers it back up, falls back to fourth. Lady driver Debbie Hill stays up in that third position. Andy Hill, your leader. Don Lowe running sixth. Look out, contact, Debbie Hill and Dudley Reed. And Reed jumps out of gear, comes up lame right. Uh-oh, maybe an axle break. We go yellow, he's stranded right in the main chute at the flag stand. I think, and there's a checkered flag flying as Dudley Reed came out of turn 4, made contact with Debbie Hill. Your winner in the round 1 qualifier goes to number 7 of Andy Hill. Gerald Livick second. Dudley Reed stuck with his right front locked up. Possibly brakes went away on that car. Inside the number 7 car. As we look to go green, that's Ed Smith. And Chuck Neville's, we do not go green. Ho-ho! Tom Cole says, no way, Buckwheat. Line them up straight or we ain't going to do it. Also in the lineup, the number 32 car. Randy Hawthorne was dialed and ready to go to the front. Whee! All right, Shelly Soto. Ow! We go green. Paul J. Lee jumps up front, your leader. Frank Moulton up high. Chris Patterson down low. And Patterson with the edge down. Oh, Moulton getting sideways in the back chute. Moulton hanging on for third. Gets sideways, and Randy Hawthorne right underneath him. Patterson underneath Paul J. Lee. Lee pushes hard into turn 4, as well as Frank Moulton up high. He'll give up 2 positions. Chris Patterson at the transition to 1 and 2 makes the pass. Paul J. Lee running second. Randy Hawthorne, Ed Smith, and here comes Chuck Neville's. Neville's on the high side into turn 3. Next to Hawthorne. Hawthorne holds him off. Chris Patterson up front with a good 2 car lengths advantage over Paul J. Lee, and here comes Neville's on the high side out of 2. Can't keep the mustard on the doggy, and there he goes. Randy Hawthorne back to 4th. Ed Smith running 5th, pops up high. Nose to tail, your top 4 runners off turn 2. Neville's and Paul J. Lee side by side into 1 behind your leader, Patterson. Whoa. And Lee opens the door, and up comes Randy Hawthorne and Neville's. White flag, 1 more time to go. Can Patterson hold him off 1 more time around? Neville's all over the back bumper, and Randy Hawthorne makes a transition back to 2nd. Frank Moulton hung in turn 2, and your winner, Chris Patterson. Oh, Randy Hawthorne by 18 inches for 2nd. Chuck Neville's 3rd. Look out. And Robbie McLaughlin next to him. Lee Jensen in the 55 car, no green. Lee Jensen out of Bakersfield. The number 42 car, Little Ricky Dale, and the number 11 car. That is a Cargill special. Your driver, Kevin Collier. Bad Boy Street Rods, Performance Electric. Anticipation to green this time, out of turn 4. Hughes and Nolan sets the pace. We go green. Ray Nolan, your leader off turn 2. He's a little loose. Hughes comes back at him, and he makes the pass. Robbie McLaughlin gets a quarter panel and sets Nolan loose off of 4. Kevin Collier now working the back bumper of Little Ricky Dale. Gets up high into turn 1. Pretty loose up there yet. McLaughlin glued right on the back bumper of the blue number 5 Nolan. Meanwhile, up front, running all by himself, Glenn Hughes, a good 5 car lengths advantage. He's got a real side-by-side in the back chute. Little Ricky Dale and Kevin Collier. Collier down low. Little Ricky Dale opens the door. Collier makes the pass. Here comes Lee Jensen also. Collier gets loose. Jensen reeling Collier in. The Booze and Choose car running 5th now. The Coors Light Special, number 11, hooked up out of turn 4, running 4th. Meanwhile, Robbie McLaughlin, turn 2, side swipes Nolan. Ho-ho, swapping some paint. McLaughlin, needle dicks Nolan and loops him into turn 4. Black flag issued to Robbie McLaughlin. Put a hammer job on a rear bumper of Nolan. White flag action, we stay green. Here comes your winner off turn 4, Glenn Hughes. Finishing 2nd will be the Cargill Special, Kevin Collier. Little Ricky Dale. Yeah, put your hand in the cookie jar, you gotta pay the price. And there's your winner, the number 9, Glenn Hughes, round 1 qualifier. For the green out of 4. We go green. Hetty Dale. Hetty Dale, your leader into turn 1. Robbie Atchison second. Charles Paul working on his bumper. Charles Paul down low, tries to get underneath of Atchison. Side by side off 2. Oh boy, these guys are glued together into turn 3. Meanwhile, Hetty Dale up with a good 7-8 car lengths advantage as Charles Paul makes the pass to second off turn 4. Atchison back to third, Rhodes 4th, Kaufman 5th, Mike Morgan 6th. Atchison gets underneath of Paul as he got loose off of 2. Kaufman now up to 4th. Kaufman all over the back bumper of Atchison, trying to find a way around that number 34 car. Rob Rhodes off the pace, car backfiring, and he comes up lane, goes to the infield. Kaufman puts a love tap on the back bumper of Atchison into turn 1. Kaufman gets underneath Atchison off turn 4. Had a look at him. He's got the mustard jar open, the weenie ready. White flag, one more time to go. Charles Paul is reeling Hetty Dale in, but I don't think not enough time. Here comes your winner off turn 4. Oh, Hetty Dale. Atchison loops it out of turn 2. Kaufman coming out of turn 4. And Kaufman gets a black for the spin out. Third goes to the number 36 car, Mike Morgan. Whee! Go green. Smoking Dennis Hayes first into turn 1. Off turn 2, your leader, Gary Ambrosini up high, and here comes Jim Reeves and Smotherman. Gary Ambrosini on the high slide. Oh, he gets loose. Dennis Hayes, oh, 3 abreast down the back chute with Pounds, Smotherman. Dennis Hayes still your leader. Oh, and Jim Reeves, look out. Jim Reeves pounds the backside of Hayes. Hayes keeps that door closed, a very smart move. And Reeves loses the hood in the back chute. Reeves all over the back bumper of Hayes, and Gary Ambrosini makes contact with Pounds and collects James Cornelius. We go yellow. Holy mackerel. Lights out, we're going to the green. Ed Hayes, Jim Reeves, Steve Smotherman. Pounds off of the track, leaving Hayes as your leader. Reeves second, Smotherman, Gary Ambrosini, and James Cornelius. Jim Reeves took a look underneath of Smoking Dennis Hayes. Hayes looking for his first win. Keeps the corner shut tight. A hell of a drive right now by the number 11 of Dennis Hayes. He keeps that door slammed shut all the way through the corners, causing Reeves a real fit here right now. Reeves pops up high into 2. Hayes gets loose. He's got a tandem in his backside. Checkered flag to Dennis Hayes. Smotherman second, Reeves third. Gary Ambrosini, and then James Cornelius. Oh boy. And there's the happy camper, the first win of his IMCA drive, Dennis Hayes. You got a big one. Gary Halford up high, Daniel Eady down low. Halford a little bit of bite coming out of turn 2, but gets loose. Eady by 5 car lengths over Halford. Then you pick up Smotherman and Joe Humphrey. Smotherman on inside of Halford, down into turn 1. Halford opens the door, goes up high. Smotherman, oh, Smotherman gets loose. Humphreys, a slide job into turn 3. And Humphreys slams Halford up against the wall, and your winner, Daniel Eady. Right to the checkered. Oh, and Halford says, take that, buckwheat. Can't needle dick my rear bumper and get away with it, buckwheat. He says, come on back here, home squeeze. As Joe Humphreys says, take my boot, Holmes. Don't piss me off. And I'd say Humphreys is not finished yet.
Hold me back, hold me back.
National Guard to the infield, please. Bring on the aerial attack. That's cold. Well, if you've never been in that position, I'll tell you what. Patterson with a little quicker start. RPM builds up. He's the first into turn 1. And off turn 2, your leader. Andy Hill gets loose as well as Gerald Livick, but Hill hangs on for second. Randy Hawthorne third. And Patterson way up front now, a good 8 car lengths over Andy Hill. Hill up high, opens the door, and Hawthorne takes his nose underneath. He goes to second. Andy Hill with trouble with his car goes off the track. Here comes your leader off turn 4. White flag action. Gerald Livevick, a right rear flat. Randy Hawthorne running second, third, and fourth. And Hawthorne, look out, power pole. Oh, mama. Here comes your winner off turn 4, Chris Patterson. Gano Ammons. And Randy Hawthorne. What? And that's your winner, Chris Patterson. Here we go, Green. Oh, nose to tail into turn 1. Collier and Eddie Dale swapping some paint. Charles Paul slides back to 4th. Glenn Hughes still your leader. And Collier up to 2nd. Charles Paul now working on the inside of the 86 car, Honey Eddie Dale. And Paul makes the pass. White flag being shown to Glenn Hughes. Oh, and Hughes loses a handle on it, and Kevin Collier, your leader. Oh, boy. Collier waiting for the bad part to happen, and it does. Your winner, Kevin Collier. Charles Paul second, Honey Eddie Dale third, and fourth will go to the stranded number 9 of Glenn Hughes. That pole wants to be taken out here tonight. A little 327 thumping here tonight. And Glenn Hughes gets it refired, and he gets back to running.
I don't think we're going to have an IMCA.
And your starter says slow them down. Okay. I thought they were going too fast myself. Next time out of turn 4. Tom, I thought they were going so slow their cobwebs were building up on the wheels, but I don't know. Whatever you think, bro. Next time out of turn 4. Your choice, my man. So Tom Cole said we'll look to go green out of 4, but the yellow light's still on and the cars are kind of spaced out. Dana Ritchie kind of laying back right now, probably creating a Pearl Leva heart attack. Daniel Eady sets the pace. Gary Holford on the outside. Tom Cole looks him over. We go green, mama. Holford getting sideways, and Smotherman all over the back bumper of Holford. It's a little wet out there, guys. Clower up high into the marbles. Eady, your leader off turn 2. This ought to be interesting. Basically 4 lanes of traffic through turn 3, and Smotherman gets loose. Yellow time. We go green. Door handle to door handle, turn 1. Halford up high, slides up into the marbles. Daniel Eady brings it down low. He is your leader, but Halford coming on like a big dog. And Halford makes a pass deep into 3. Now can he keep it off the wall? A little slippery. Halford, your leader. Eady second, Ritchie third, Smotherman fourth. got Halford up in the marbles, open the door, and here comes Daniel Eady down low. And Smotherman and Dana Ritchie swap paint, and Smotherman up to third. Slippery track, creating a lot of action right now. Smotherman comes up high out of turn 2. And opens the door, and Dana Ritchie. Oh, Daniel Eady high sides up in apex of 1 and 3 and 4 rather. Smotherman sets a pace, we go green. Clower needs to hold that car down to the lower side in turns 1 and 2, and he does it. And he closes ground on Smotherman. Smotherman bobbles, opens the door, and Clower takes a look at him. Smotherman able to hold him off as Joe Humphreys takes a shortcut. Oh boy, Humphreys doesn't sound good. Look out, a pass in the back chute. Clower revving it up high in the top side. And Daniel Eady back on the track. The number 5, John Entricasso, followed by the 60, Gary Holford, as your leader gets rammed in the backside by Clower. Needle dick in that rear quarter panel. And Smotherman able to hang on to it.
Nailed it.
Roland Rick Schaefer on the back bumper of Gary Halford out of turn 2, and Schaefer having chassis problems. Your leader, Jeff Smotherman in the 17 car. Now looking at lap traffic with Daniel Eady. Oh, look out, Schaefer. Oh, Smotherman gets locked up in lap traffic, and up comes Clower. More times than not, the lap traffic will eat your leader, and Smotherman falls down to second with Clower, your current leader. John Introcaso runs third. Schaefer on inside of Halford into turn 3, out of turn 4, side by side. Schaefer all over the rear bumper of Halford into turn 2. And Schaefer gets loose. There's your leader off turn 4, Clower. Smotherman has reeled your leader in, now going into turn 1. Clower, your leader, followed by Jeff Smotherman. Smoke starting to come out of the number 12 car. And Smotherman, quicker in the corners, comes off turn 4 on the bumper. White flag one more time. Can Clower hang on to it? Can Smotherman make the pass? He works the bumper off into turn 2. 2 more corners for Lloyd Clower. Clower keeps the door shut tight, and here comes your winner, the number 12, Lloyd Clower. Jeff Smotherman second. John Introcaso will come across third, followed by Gary Halford. So the battle reigns supreme with the 2 leaders, Smotherman and Clower. A cognizant racer indeed is Clower. He keeps the door closed once he picked up the lead. Earlier he was running on the high side. He goes into the infield, your winner, and smoke more prevalent now than earlier. Your winner, the number 12, Lloyd Clower. Lady driver Shelly Soto on her maiden voyage as the lights are turned out. Frank Molfen, the number 5 of Brian Daly, We Go Green. And the number 57 of Danny Land, your leader off turn 2, Chris Patterson. Andy Hill getting sideways. And here comes Gerald Livick up to second. Look out, Debbie Hill sideways in the main chute. Your leader, Chris Patterson, a good 20 car lengths over the rest of the field, followed by Gerald Livick, Andy Hill, Randy Hawthorne, and Chuck Nevels, Ed Smith, and Dudley Reed. That's the number 5 of Brian Daly in the Volkswagen now moving up. Your leader down the main chute gets past lap traffic. Volkswagen working the high side. The blue number 5 of Brian Daly getting past the number 39 of Paul J. Lee. He settles underneath the number 898 Dudley Reed. Boy, Andy Hill gets crossed up and pulls a rooster out of number 2. Volkswagen working the high side. Here comes Chuck Nevels out of turn 2. He's up to second as Livet goes back to third. Andy Hill 4th. Randy Hawthorne 5th. Your leader, the red 16, Chris Patterson. The blue Volkswagen started dead last, now making a bid for 6th. As Chuck Nevels trying to take over your leader going into turn 2. Nevels high into turn 3. And Nevels on a power move makes the pass going into 3. Nevels, the 41 car, now your leader. Gerald Livick on the move. Have all caught up to your leaders. And the Volkswagen is now 6th. Look out, Livick and Patterson make heavy contact. Andy Hill up to 2nd, Livick still 3rd. And the blue Volkswagen is now 5th on a track right on the back bumper of Randy Hawthorne. Yellow flag. We go yellow on the track. We go green. Oh, the Volkswagen, what a power move. Oh, a battle up for 3rd as Livick goes back to 4th. Brian Daly on a terror. Jeez. Look out, Nevels. Volkswagen eating up your tailpipe. Andy Hill gets loose off of 2, and here comes Brian Daly out of Bakersfield. A power move. Andy Hill comes back at him out of 4. And Brian Daly now up to 2nd. Gerald Livick loose into turn 2. Chris Patterson makes the move on him. Volkswagen all over the back bumper of the Pinto. And Livick suffering mechanical difficulty, limps off the track. Tough break for Livick. Shelly Soto about to go a lap down. Your leader still, the black 41 of Chuck Nevels. Brian Daly in the Volkswagen right on his back bumper. Up high goes Daly, down low Nevels.
Not bad.
Woo. And Brian Daly with a muscle move into 3, drops down low. Nevels puts his foot back in it. Major battle brewing up front with Volkswagen and Pinto. One more flag to go, and Brian Daly passes into 1. Volkswagen makes the move. 2 more corners. Nevels back to 2nd. Volkswagen, look out, mama. Your winner, the number 5, Brian Daly. Nevels 2nd. Andy Hill 3rd. 4th goes to Chris Patterson, Randy Hawthorne, Paul J. Lee, Dudley Reed, Ed Smith, and Sean McDonald. Oh, look out, the 2 lady drivers, Debbie Hill and Shelley Soto, lock horns. Couple of lady drivers lock horns, go to the infield, but what a muscle move by that number 5. Your winner, Brian Daly. RPM builds, we go green. Eddie Dale with a nice lead into turn 1. Off turn 2, your leader. Glenn Hughes 2nd, Kevin Collier 3rd. Collier gets up high in the marbles, opens the door, and Charles Paul makes a transition to 3rd. Top 3 runners nose to tail. Eddie Dale, Glenn Hughes, Charles Paul, and now Kevin Collier. Ray Nolan now up to 5th. And Charles Paul makes a transition up to 2nd. As Wayne Kaufman enters into the infield off the back chute, your top 4 doggies are battling like the big gladiators of the arena. Collier takes a look underneath the Hughes. You can see Charles Paul gets in the back quarter panel of Honey Eddie Dale. Eddie Dale able to hang on to it, but Paul starting to wear him like a glove. Eddie Dale, your leader, off turn 4. Charles Paul takes a look under him. Oh boy. Charles Paul's got the mustard out, but couldn't quite paddle the doggy. As Kevin Collier right on his backside running 3rd. Glenn Hughes falls off the pace. Eddie Dale opens the door. Charles Paul, look out, mama. Oh boy. Front 3 have broken away from the rest of the field as Collier tastes the rear bumper of Charles Paul. Oh, and Collier with a muscle move going into 3. Collier down low, Paul up high. And Collier comes out with a front end section in the lead. And Collier makes the pass to 2nd. Collier now sets his eyes on Eddie Dale, but he bobbles out of 2, and Charles Paul comes back. Oh, Paul back to 2nd. Your leader now looking at lap traffic going into turn 1. Eddie Dale on the back bumper of Atchison gets hung up, and your leader now is Charles Paul. Up in smoke is Mike Morgan. And we go yellow on the track for a spin out of turn 2 and a spin out in turn 4 with Glenn Hughes and Ray Nolan. Number 11 car currently second on the track behind your leader of Charles Paul, looking to go up front.
So 30 cars, that's 15.
We go green. Charles Paul all over your leader's tail section, and Eddie Dale pulls away. McLaughlin now joins the hunt with the top 5, and he picks up the quarter panel of Collier. Nose to tail off too. What a battle brewing up front right now. Oh, and Collier hammers the back door of Charles Paul. Collier looks to the high side into turn 1, running the ridge route. Builds RPM off the corner, but can't make a transition. Here comes McLaughlin in the 3. And the number 5 of Ray Nolan has joined the top 5 now. Collier with the muscle move in the 3. Charles Paul up high, Collier down low, and Collier goes up to second. Paul back to third, but McLaughlin. Can McLaughlin pull it off? And McLaughlin makes the pass. Here comes Nolan. Paul gets up in the marbles and loses 2. Eddie Dale keeps the door closed out of 4. 7 cars now, nose to tail. Collier opens the door, McLaughlin takes a look at it. Bumpers make contact. Charlie Griggs trying to put that 327 in the winner's circle. Oh, look out, mama. McLaughlin trying to shake the detergent on the laundry, and Collier trying to put the mustard on the doggy. Eddie Dale, your leader, keeps the door shut all the way through the corners. Collier opens the door, gets an inside move on Eddie Dale. He took a look at him, couldn't quite pull the trigger. And here comes Ray Nolan. Nolan making a bid for third under McLaughlin. Make contact and Nolan up to third. Oh, what a battle up front, folks. Ow! Collier one more time into 3. Side by side with Eddie Dale. Eddie Dale closes the door. Oh, boy. And Collier couldn't pull the trigger. McLaughlin now comes back at Nolan. Nolan says, no way, buckwheat, and comes back to third. Oh, boy, a close race, nose to tail. Eddie Dale, Collier, Nolan, McLaughlin, Paul, and Hughes. Nolan opens the door. McLaughlin moves up to third. White flag one more time. Who's it going to be, folks? Eddie Dale. Can Collier make the move? McLaughlin wants to come up. Here comes Nolan. Eddie Dale keeps the door closed. Collier takes a look at him. McLaughlin wants to get up further. Nobody can do it. Your winner, Eddie Dale. Collier second, McLaughlin third, Ray Nolan fourth, Charles Paul fifth, and Glenn Hughes sixth. Oh, boy. How'd you folks like that main event? I'll let them hear it. Oh! Yeah. Unbelievable. A great race with the modified street division. And your winner, there he is, number 86, Honey Eddie Dale. And a black flag given to the number 5 of Ray Nolan. Oh, boy. Now when that driver in that 86 car climbs out a big old drink of water, you guys let him here at a fabulous drive with a lot of competition out there. Everybody trying to squeeze the trigger, but they couldn't do it. The master out there, Eddie Dale, wins the main event. As we go green. Gary Ambrosini, your leader, as Smoking Dennis Hayes gets loose out of 2. Steve Smotherman, your current points leader, runs second. We go yellow. We go yellow. All right, folks, we're about to get this one underway. Jim Reeves sets the pace. Here comes Smoking Dennis Hayes. He makes it. We go green. Jim Reeves first into turn 1. Off turn 2, your leader, Gary Ambrosini, gets loose. And Jeff Houston comes up at Steve Smotherman. A tire breaks loose into turn 4, rolls down the main chute. So we go yellow on the track as a rim separates, and I'm not sure, I think that came off Scott Pounds' car. Gary Ambrosini, James Cornelius, and Smoking Dennis Hayes. I hear fire in the pits with Pounds getting fired up. We go green. Spin out in turn 4. And we go yellow on the track for Ambrosini. Start out of turn 4. We go green. And Reeves again first into turn 1, off turn 2, your leader. Steve Smotherman right on his backside. James Cornelius up high in the marbles into turn 1. Smotherman tracking Reeves in. Reeves gets loose. Smotherman and him make contact. Oh boy. Jeff Houston's in the white 16 car, currently running 3rd. 4th is the 00 Gary Ambrosini, then Smoking Dennis Hayes. And a black flag in your starter's hands goes out to Steve Smotherman. A mechanical black flag issued to Smotherman. Something has gone away on his car. Left front flat tire on the 16 car of Smotherman.
That's what I say.
Reeves, a 30 car length advantage over Houston's. Gary Ambrosini, the 00 car, starting to track Houston's in. into turn 1, the blue and yellow zero car. 12 laps down, 13 to go. Basically halfway through this main event. Houston's now a comfortable 20-car length lead over third place, and your leader Jim Reeves 20-car lengths over Houston's. Chassis upset out of 4. Track conditions going away as the track becomes very dry, slick, and rutted. Reeves with a very, very comfortable lead. There you can see her down in our leader down into turn 3, out of turn 4. Now looking at the backside of lap traffic, the blue number 10 of James Cornelius. $20 down, 5 to go. Smoke and Dennis Hayes loose into turn 2. Your leader now looking at the lap traffic in front of him, Cornelius and Hayes. I believe we got about 2 more laps to go. Reeves trying to negotiate around lap traffic. Makes contact with Smoke and Dennis Hayes. White flag action now, 1 more time to go. Jim Reeves, your leader, followed by Jeff Houston's, and then Gary Ambrosini. Here comes your winner off turn 4. Jim Reeves. Jeff Houston second and Gary Ambrosini fourth. So you want me to pull it or somebody else will? You can. Okay.
Shifters in there? I got one first and second, one for reverse.
Okay.
One that's outside, one back.
The flagman looks him over. And we're green. And rumor has it, the 39 car Ray Hicks is driving has no brakes. But he takes the lead regardless. Here comes Mosier, having a hard time finding the throttle. Out of turn 4, Ray Hicks still your leader, followed closely by the 7 car. I guess when you're in the lead, you don't need any brakes. out. Looks like Mosier's found the throttle. Coming out of turn 4, the leader's still 39 car. 7 car gets a little loose. 77 closes up on his back bumper. Ray Hicks building himself a little lead there, about 15 cars. Pass for second, 77 under the 7 car. Looks like we have a problem on the 7 car. 34 car takes over third. Ray Hicks negotiating with lap traffic now. Works the outside, doesn't have any problems with him. Car running third. 77 now negotiating lap traffic. Mike Mosier's looking pretty good out there. Seeing he hasn't been in a car in about 5 years. 39 car really building himself a lead now. 77 following in second. Mike Mosier having a problem with traffic. White flag. Leader still the 39 car, followed by the 77, 34, and Mike Mosier. The race doctor goes to the infield. Mike takes a shortcut. I don't think that's fair. And your winner is the 39 car, Ray Hicks. Followed by about a straightaway, the 77 car. Third place goes to 34, 2, Mike, and the 10. Well, that's the end of the race action here tonight, folks. Thanks for coming. We'll see y'all next week. And there's your winner, the 39 car, Ray Hicks, brakeless.